Your life reflects your habits, and your habits cultivate the person you will become. If you have poor spending habits, you will become poor. It is not rocket science. The funny thing is, the most important habits that you will need in your life are not taught in school. In fact, most students come out of high school without even knowing how to balance a common checkbook. But I'll be damned if these same students don't know what Pythagoras theorem is. Everything I've learned about personal financing, the power of investing, the power of compounding was never taught to me in school. And I was an engineering major. I have read lots of books, studied the habits of millionaires, and implemented these same habits in my life. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 important habits that you need to master if you are going to be financially successful in your life. Number 1, make sure you have adequate emergency fund. This is crucial. Whether you make 20k, 100k, 50k, 10k, 5k, it is vital that you need an emergency fund available to you. While you are paying off debts, it is vital that you have an emergency fund available for the rainy days. On those days that you need to repair your car, pay off some emergency debts here and there, or cover some unplanned expenses that will come up along the way. Your emergency fund doesn't have to be big, but it should just be enough to come a few rainy days that you will need it. And once you are done paying off your debt, the emergency fund should be enough to cover at least 3 months of your household expenses, because you are going to need it. According to Business Insider, over 60% of millennials who are earning more than $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. This sounds like a simple concept, but as you can see from the statistics, most people don't get it and might never get it. If you have trouble saving, try creating a budget. This has worked wonders for me, and I know it will do same for you. Number 2, don't work for money, but make your money work for you. In his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Richard Kiyosaki points this out. The poor and the middle class makes their money control them. If they want money, they work harder, put in more hours, and continue to live paycheck to paycheck. Most poor and middle class won't be able to go a couple of months without living paycheck to paycheck. This is why these people will never acquire wealth, because they are working for money and not allowing their money to work for them. Rich people focus on acquiring assets, whilst the poor focus on just increasing their income. Poor and middle class spend their life just chasing promotion, working more hours just to increase their standard of living. Poor people are always thinking, how can I make more money so that I can afford this particular lifestyle? Or if I can make more money, I'll be able to save. And as a result, they are constantly running the rat race. Once they work more or get promoted, they instantly increase their standard of living. So they are no better off than where they were before. Sure, they may have bigger house, nicer cars. So after increased tax deductions that comes with it, they have no margin to even invest. The truth is, it isn't all about making more money. It's about creating more assets that's going to generate more money for you and increasing your liability. Number 3, give first, save and invest second, then buy luxury last. One of the most important and rewarding things that you can do with your wealth is by helping others who need it. I've said this before, but it's so important. Learn to give even when you can't even fit it into your budget. Second to giving and saving, investing is one of the important keys to financial success. If you are in debt, temporarily put off all saving and investing and put every extra dollar that you have into paying off that debt. Those who are focused on building financial wealth and reaching their financial freedom must understand that it's important to reduce your liabilities and your expenses. When you do that, money is available for you to pay your debt, save and invest. Those who are rich buy luxury last, but the poor and the middle class tend to buy luxury first. Number 4, have a plan on how you will build wealth. You will not build a net worth of more than $1 million without a plan. Failing to plan is just planning to fail. These are 3 basic pillars that your plan should be built on. Firstly, how to increase your current income. Secondly, how you plan to save your current income consistently. And thirdly, how you plan to invest for high returns. And you will need to ask yourself questions such as, will I have enough money to retire on? What can I cut out right now, save and invest more of how much I'm making? Am I prepared for the future? Be it new house, kids, and all the things that come in the future. Point number 5, learn to say, I can't afford it right now. The key word here is right now. Say it loud, right now. Contrary to popular belief, this is not a phrase of the poor. It is a phrase that those who are seeking to build wealth learn to use more often than you think. In a culture where we are taught to treat ourselves, learning to say no can be difficult sometimes to say. We are taught that if you can't afford it, then learn to use debt to finance it. So guess what? This is what we do. If you can't afford a new home, get a 0% down loan. Can't afford that honeymoon, put it on your credit card. Can't afford a vacation, put it on your credit card. Can't afford a new car, you get a loan, and so on and so forth. I think the truth about our generation is we want what our parents have and what they had, what took them 30 years to acquire, but we want it right now. We may have to debt to get it, but we are going to have a bigger honeymoon that mama and dad had. There is no shame in saying this is not my budget right now. I have a lot of wealthy friends who say this more often than you think. Number 6, learn to take advice from only trustworthy people. Warning here, be careful who you take advice from. Based on the statistics I shared earlier, you shouldn't even be taking advice from 60% of your high-earning millennial friends. Seek advice from people who are debt-free and have the power of knowing how to make their money work for them and are not working hard just to make more money. Don't take advice from people who have no plan for their own money. A final note here, be careful who you hang out with. Whether you like it or not, you become one of those you hang out with. I am not saying select your friends based on your financial situation. I will never tell you to do that. All I'm saying is if there are people in your life who encourage you to spend more money or mock your passion to save more of your money, then these people are not good for you. They are not even good for your financial health. Number 7, learn the power of compound interest. The basic idea of compound interest is you earn interest on your investment that you make, then you earn interest on that investment and the interest earned going forward. The longer you keep your investment in the account, the greater the ratio of the interest earned compared to the investment. So you invest $1,000 and get $30 in interest. That $1,030 will also earn an interest for you because it becomes the new principal for you going forward. Based on that, your new interest is calculated on that 1,030 instead of 1,000. I always say with compound interest, everybody can become a millionaire. Let me show you. Take for example, if you invest $1,000 in a mutual fund over a 30-year period at an interest rate of 10%, and every month you decide to add $500 to this account, after 30 years, you would have accumulated $1.15 million. The reason that this happened is just because of compound interest. I wouldn't advise that you invest in anything that you don't understand, but most trustworthy financial advisors will let you know where your money is going and how it's going to work to make more money for you. In conclusion, these are 7 habits that I have learned to master, and I believe they have been vital to my own financial success. And I believe if applied properly, it will be vital to yours. The key here is not to know a lot about a few things. The key is to know little about a lot of things. As we continue this financial journey, I can't wait to share with you things that I have learned along the way. It is a process of trial and errors, but I can tell you I'm getting there. Let me know in the comment section some of the habits that you have also built along the way and has been vital to your own financial success, so we learn together. And if you think you want to add something to these 7 that I have listed, feel free to put in the comment section and let's engage together. Thank you.